I know I'll get a headache. There we go. Hello, sexy souls. How are you all doing? This is Weird and Woo-Woo. I'm weird. We get woo-woo. That's the gist of it, okay? My camera is a needle cockeyed. Here we go. I am missing one of my cushions under my butt, and so I feel really I'm short, but I feel really short now. So I know it's a Sunday morning. It's early. It's what we do. Coffee and tarot. So grab your coffee, your tea, your matcha, your lemon, ginger water. I don't care, whatever you want. And let's settle in and see what the message is for today. Today is a pretty upbeat energy. It is almost like palpable, like hard to contain. And what I was feeling before, I was trying to like really just getting prepared for the message and everything. And I kept feeling like, ooh, what's going to happen this week? Ooh, what's happening? Oh, like a conversation, like, ooh, and what's next kind of thing, right? And then it was like the unknown is what was said. And I was like, okay. But sometimes like you'll get something like it just interrupts. And it's like, oh, and I instinctively knew that's going to be the title of this, right? And so I'm like, okay, the unknown. But I kept trying to feel into it. I was like, but it felt like this week. It felt like this. It feels like it's here. It's like, because I was thinking, oh, the next 72 hours, the next whatever. And it's like, no, the unknown factor. And then it was like, that's here. So it's kind of like there is a very present energy to the unknown. And so I'm just like, and it's not like the hidden, I feel like the choice of the words matter. Like somehow the unknown is like, you're just not aware that you just don't know this yet. But it's like, it feels right here, right now. So we're just going to delve into it and figure out what it is that they want to say, what the message is about. Look at it. This is one of my sons when he was first learning to, eat with utensils, and we've kept it. We've got them with all kinds of characters on them. And I got this one, and we use it for like little things like, he's so cute. Hey, LP, how are you? Oh, look at you being so nice. Okay, alrighty. Oh, and here's the other thing. No, I brushed it before I came on. Y'all are so used to me being like, what's up? I just rolled out of bed with my hair put up. I also heard, this is the weird thing. I was like, I'm feeling really good. I've been doing some good stuff with my diet and everything. Like, I'm doing my cleanses, started juicing again. And like my body is just instantaneously responding. And all I could hear, it was so weird, as if I was getting like a hit into this reading, was me saying, Kelsey, I know you're using your juice, aren't you? We're supposed to be doing it right now. And I'm like, who, for those who don't know, is somebody who watches the channel, one of the OGs. And it's like me telling her, like, I was like, which I've heard other readers say that like some readers will get like premonitions of stuff, about what they're about to read about. But I was like, okay. So I was like, well, okay, I'll go ahead and mention it. I don't know if they were like, telling me to or what, but it was weird. I was like, what's that got to do with anything? Just came out. So here we go. All right. Okay. Like the heart energy is so strong. I remember in 2019 when I was going through Kundalini Awakening, after my soul death. Some people call it a dark night of the soul. I was like, no, my soul left. So some people agree and believe and know what that's like when your soul leaves the physical. Those who don't believe it, okay, don't give a shit. And it was like there were moments it was scary. Like when they tell you go and check with the doctor, make sure everything's okay, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, something feels like the wriggling in the heart, and like the pounding that you get, and it's just one of those things where you're like, and it feels like it's gonna like something's kind of like the Grinch, when his heart swells and it's like it's gonna come out of your chest. That's what it feels like. It feels a bit too big. This energy feels too big for me to contain within right here. Like it's starting to encroach in on my solar. So there's just this big energy. I'm like, and it feels more than me. Does it make sense? It's like more than I can handle, maybe. So I don't know if anybody's going through that, but it's like, whew. I remember there were times that I would hold on to like the fridge because it was so much for me to experience, like the energy and the palpitations and sometimes I would get dizzy with it, and I was like, I went to the doctor, nothing. And it's not this consistent thing that happens with me, but I can feel it coming back around. So if you have gone through any type of awakening, Kundalini awakening, and experienced any of those types of symptoms, and say there may be a resurgence, maybe there's been a blockage or something and the energy's flowing again. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. I get them a lot of stuff ahead of time, and I'm like, all right, maybe this is to help people understand if it's for them or not. I don't know. Here we go. Okay. All righty. I guess that one tried it. I don't know why this one's. All right. Here we go, guys. Okay, so we actually have an even number. I think you can see this on there, right? And anytime there's even number is an odd number. Even number on each side of the okay. Distant dream. So this is the overall energy, right? Distant dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. There's another card I saw. There's a couple cards that echo this sentiment. So there's something about your location, going places, doing something being accessed far away, or something just feeling like it's at a distance from you, okay? The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. Like, I guess it's like a dream in the distance. Let me tell you what I'm seeing on this side. We got the sacred walkabout here. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. They want me to stop there. Bless this space. We have your Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. Okay, so they're bringing me to very specific things on here. They're having me not read the entire thing. I will tell you what it is, but like they're bringing me to very little snippets. We got your sacred space holds the soul to bear, right? But it says Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. So we've got you discover your path in sacred walkabout, which is all about the doing, going, being, like I don't know why they're saying that, acting as if all that you do is sacred, like sacred path. I feel like they're just bringing me to a sacred path. There's something going somewhere, doing something, or going down a particular path holds a lot of sacred energy. If I know. I don't know how to describe it. They showed me the High Priestess with the book open, energy of fate, destiny, like soul connection to it. Like this is really overpowering me, this energy, and I feel like I need to disconnect because I like can't think straight. I can't like focus. It's like all I can focus on is this energy. It's so much. It overpowers me. Thank you. It's like overpowering. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Like it's so much. Like just to be able to contain it. It distracts me. Like I can't help but give it attention, right? When something amplifies and like is louder than everything else, you can't help but when it feels bigger than you, it's like hard to contain. Okay. So there's something that's calling you to roam free. Maybe you're holding yourself back from something. Maybe you're looking at something as a potentiality or a path to go down, and you're just kind of like, why did I heard lamenting. It's going to be that day. Sometimes they just give me a little bloop, 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 and I'm like supposed to put the puzzle. Like instead of just like the whole story, it's like they give me 3 words, 4 words, and I'm like, okay, they are interjecting a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's actual auditory words coming through now. Like if you're just bold enough. If you're just bold enough is what I want to say. And there's something about going down this path that literally just it's either you need to clear the air or clear the energy. Like I feel like going down this path is what clears the air, clears the energy. There's something, a remnant that's still stuck around you, probably like in your Merkabah field, like particles, since we were talking about like things that might be obstructing the Kundalini process, right? And I usually if there's something that's disruptive or like blocking the energy, so it's like debris in your energetic field for something else, and it's like the only way to get rid of it, or the way to cleanse it, is to go down this particular path, to be willing and daring to be able to walk this path. Okay, starting to flow a little bit better. Whew. Numbers and double, synchronicity and 2. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. This isn't all encompassing. This is not just relationship wise. This is something that really calls to you. Again, it is a dream. It is something that just feels, it may feel distant, not within your grasp. But it's only because you're holding yourself back. Like this dream is asking you to allow yourself to roam free, allow yourself to just go places, do things, connect, like just go there is what I want to say. Like just let yourself go there. I don't know where there is yet. So life is meant for you. Like stop holding back. That's exactly where I get like there's been something in your energetic field that acts as if it's like psychic debris, energetic debris, presents as stops the energy from free flowing fast, if that makes sense. And so it creates obstruction. There's obstruction in your energetic field, but it's more like debris. Like I don't want to make it seem like this is this big thing. It's almost as if like yesterday I was preparing my juice, right? And I don't have a juicer, so I have to do it the old-fashioned way. And I have to have like this. I have this massive ninja blender that like can pulverize stuff, but then I have to I was sifting, right, yesterday, the juice, and there were still little bitty particles of the ginger husk that was getting through. And sometimes it's annoying. Like if you're a neurodivergent person, you get really hyped up on like, oh, there's a little something, like you can't do it, right? And so I was like, and I was like, I was thinking my local store's not gonna have cheesecloth, right? So I had to go get something else to filter it in order to be able to have so things would free flow, like so the juice would be free of particles and things like that, so that I could I could drink it, I could take it in and not be all like, oh, by it, you know what I mean? Not constantly stop and pick things out of my mouth. So it's almost that type of energy. Like there's it's like something about going through this process or allowing the energies to flow through this. They're showing me now like the natural, like how we filter water, where, there's a sediment and certain types of rock, like, and it's in and of itself is its own filtration system and can take out so much, and cleanse the water. And so it's like there's this something about going down this path or going there, allowing yourself to go there. All right, cleanses you of the remaining remnants that are in your energetic field that actually acts as an obstacle or an obstruction or slows down, mucks up the free flow of your energy, your kundalini. Okay. By your and next to the synchronicity and not holding back and like allowing yourself to live, allowing yourself to go there is inner power. By your own command, you brought yourself here. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. You wouldn't have arrived at this place if you weren't ready, capable. If like there's just something like, yeah, like you filtered as much as you can. You have to go down this path to really cleanse and purify the remnants that are floating around in your energetic field. So I want to say this feels a lot like just saying, you don't have any reason to hesitate. Just go there. Okay. Like it's a lot. And this is like even the person who is like ready to make a bold move in their life, ready to shake up the energies, to change things. That's what it feels like. Okay. And that can take on a myriad of, it can look all kinds of different ways. Hey, David. Oh, really? See, I have been so gung-ho lately that I have been like just making moves, going forward, that kind of thing. Like I feel like more charged and in command of my energy than I have in like over a year. Like retrograde what? So I don't know. But I am Leo rising. And that's the thing. Like this is a good time for Leo risings. I don't know if you know this. As long as you aren't pumping the brakes. LP, just saying. Oh, so this is the opposite. It's as if they're like, hey, if you can dream it, it's meant to be. Why are you holding back from it, right? It's something that's meant for you, especially if you feel yourself in the dream of it. But over here, it says imagination clouds your judgment, which I think is the ego and subconscious that want to throw something in, or just like, and I feel like it's past experiences, right? That are still floating around like remnants in your energy that are coloring your ability to move forward, this free flow. And that's what's clouding your judgment. And there's something that, remember the theme the last 3 months have been the doing. There's just something in the doing that then, and we had this the other day in a reading, like heals things the rest of the way. And so to better clarify, so that people don't feel like they still have an open wound, you still have particles and debris floating around your energy of memories past, and moving forward down this path will purify, cleanse, and remove those impurities from your energetic field, that debris, so that all of you, I feel like you'd be more in touch with yourself to know exactly what it is that you want. It's not so much a healing as it is a cleansing. A cleansing. Wow, you're safe from harm. Yeah, imagination clouds your judgment. Your fear and like your remembrance of the past is clouding your judgment. It is being projected onto this path. And then a temptation may lead you astray. I think that's what they want to. It could be just the fear, but I feel like it's not even showing itself as a fear as much as it feels like a human aspect. Going, but I remember. It's almost like wisdom. Like the memory is still really close to you because there's particles in your energy. It's almost, you know what I mean? Like, it's like people who can pick up an object and feel the energy from it. And sometimes we just got to get rid of things. Sometimes we have to declutter, get rid of shit so that we don't still feel like that energy is present in our life, right? But I want to know about, they want to explore the temptation may lead you astray. Okay. This is the Archangel Tarot. I wanted to say Oracle. It's not the Oracle. WooWoo can be comfortable sometimes. So LP, I don't know what it is, but they're giving me this stuff because I saw where you said, or others not able to meet me at my level. And they're showing me someone who is having people introduced into their life where it's like a ladder to people that are on your level. Because it's almost as if to meet a mirror of you would almost elicit too much fear, too much of a reaction. And I hear bolt. And they're saying like sometimes we will find ourselves where we will bring people into our life that are elevated from our past, but not quite there. And we get to experience an interaction with them. And then they filter out and new ones come in and they're at a better level. So like there's this gradual introduction of what it's like to really connect with someone like you. Because even you would be afraid of you. It would elicit things. And so sometimes there's this easing in, like varying experiences where you can, now I know what it's like to have this, and now I know what it's like to have, and then it's like, then you meet your match. And sometimes that's what I'm getting the sense of, like the idea and notion of spirit saying, you know, how you wish for something and they're like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because as much as you call yourself to task, imagine meeting, like internally, you know, like imagine meeting somebody else that reflects that as well. Because if they're going to call themselves to task too, much like you do, they'll call you to task. And to have an external energy match you at your own level sometimes can be a bit much. So. Okay, so that was a little interruptive, like, why do I feel like, the temptation that may lead you astray is objective decision making. I shit you not, we got the Queen of Swords. That's a very logical, practical approach to something. I feel like circumstances in your life have you in a situation where you're like, I need to also make things I need to make the practical, appropriate decision, right? And so I'm going to make my heart says for something. And I think that's why the heart is amplifying, because it's all too easy because of the practical to say, I'll have to wait or pump the brakes a little bit on going down this path, which will filter things out. And it's like, so this is amplifying in order to be able to be louder than the practical, because the very first sentence is objective decision making. And they're like, by all means, spirit never ever asks you to abandon wisdom. What is the fucking point of this existence? Learning, growing, evolving, if we don't put that into use. Spirit does not want you codependent on them, okay? But once in a while, what is necessary defies logic and practicality. And that's the temptation, is to look at things from a very sensible, sensible point of view, okay? And what you're looking at very well may call generally for you to be sensible. And I feel like they're like, it's a, and so, to bring me to the black, see the humor in a situation. It's like any other time they'd be like, we'd fully expect you to do this. We would be like, look. But in this scenario, in this instance, they're asking you to not be so sensible, to not look at all aspects of the situation to make your decision, but to listen to this and to what they're telling you. Okay. Well, that deck served its purpose. Alrighty. Okay. Oh. Secret Tarot. We are bebopping around different decks. We are not playing. We're moving along. Cleaning out old energies too that don't resonate anymore. That's an so you got an answer? Cleansing and karmic rebirth situations from the past happening again in this period of 1 month. Feels like tests with new learning. Well. We have 4 of Pentacles on the bottom. But we have the Ace of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. This path is brand new, has a lot of potentiality, has a lot of growth for it. It's a very promising. That's what the Ace of Pentacles is showing. It's a very promising path, meaning that it's something that's manifesting like in your world. Okay. Mixed with the 3 of Cups, which is almost like they're giving me brevity. So brevity to me is, it's like the lightening the load, getting into more joyful energy, social energy, connection type of energy, just in general. Because the 3 of Cups to me is like, let's move you into that. Versus 2 of Cups is like, with a very particular person. Not to say there's not a particular person, but the energy of, which to me, 3 of Cups would be like the opposite to the Hermit. A very celebratory, it's like a gathering. This is like the community card over here. So it's like getting together, like something about either getting together with people, connecting with others, getting out and being sociable, or doing some type of an event where you would like mingle and socialize and network and enjoy yourself. There's something there. There's a new beginning there. Woo. You're obviously very conflicted. We got the 5 of Swords with the 10 of Swords. Your mental conflict and confusion and everything else like that hinges upon what you've experienced. I feel like, because the Ten of Swords is the worst is over. The worst that you're meant to experience in life is over. The worst case scenario, it's done and over with. It's not still present. Do I have like something in my hair? Okay, maybe it's just the blonde. I don't know. It looked like I had food in my. I'm like, I didn't even eat food. I don't know. So it's like take a look at this particular Five of Swords. All of the other swords are crisscrossing and fighting, and then there's this ribbon that seems to separate this sword, which is pointing completely upright, which is the one that is the truth. And in a scenario of conflictual thoughts and understandings of something and ways of looking, there's only one real truth within all of that. And I feel like it's like the worst is over. The truth is the worst is over. Like you go from the Ten of Swords to the Ace of Swords. Like this person looks like they're just taking a rest. They've taken a rest from whatever hellish situation was. Okay. Give me more. Let's talk about this. And the thing is, you don't know the worst of it's over until you come back out. So let's think like the end of the world, something happens externally and people go into their bunkers. The only way for you to know the coast is clear is to come out. That's a book. It's a book. You're being guided to take the lead and to step out and to just do. We have the Emperor with the Star card. The Emperor right here is being guided by the North Star. Spirit is guiding you to step into your Emperor energy. The person that implements and creates his empire, that wields the magic and the energy of his own empire, who commands his own life, who takes charge. They're like, now's the time to do. Now's the time to do. This is the energy of reciprocity. There's something about in the doing, you will be received. In the taking action, in taking leadership, in moving forward and creating what you want in your life, it will be reciprocated back to you. It won't be wasted energy. There will be an equal give and take. Okay, this is the funniest thing. I was trying to figure out what the King of Wands meant. And I swear to you, as soon as I picked the two up, it goes, and I set fire. I'm not Adele, shut up. To the rain, watched it burn in my face. Like there's this, because they're giving me the energy, the King of Wands generally is somebody who generally is, well, not generally, hold on. Negatively aspected, let me put it that way, would be somebody who would kind of like set shit ablaze real quick to kind of like obliterate anything. Hot-tempered, easily triggered, will burn shit to the ground. Like it's not even funny, right? But then we have this Eight of Cups, which is leaving something there in the past to go towards what it is that you truly want and desire. So this might be a past self. Because if we leave that and we're entering into the King of Wands, I'm going to assume that this is, but they brought up the negative aspect of King of Wands for a reason. But this King of Wands is focused, is impassioned, is dedicated, and explores his passions and knows what he desires and goes after what he desires. What he desires. They're asking you to leave behind whatever is the remembrances, the particles that are within your energy field, to go after this dream, to allow yourself to roam free, to come out of the bunker, to get in the doing, to discover something very sacred. It's like whatever this doing is cleanses your energy and allows you to completely align with what is meant for you. Remember, I was getting the destined fated high priestess kind of energy. And the reason this is happening now is because you brought yourself to this place. There's nothing to fear, inner power, remember? And it's like there's synchronicities happening completely all around you. Don't hold back. Life is meant for you. Life will respond in kind. You will, like as you pour your energy, so will you receive. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, can we get a little bit more of an understanding, because we're looking at the practicality of something. And there's a bit of a dream that we're meant to go for and just allow ourselves to go there. How do we ignore this practicality? How do we address it? You're saying there's nothing to fear. This thing that seems very sensible, logical, practical, not unreasonable. Are we saying that that's not even a factor? Is that going to be addressed? Let's ask about that. Thank you. Knight Centaur. Because it feels like there might be actual obstacles, external obstacles, right? They're showing me something. Okay. So we went somewhere this summer, and I took my kids to a particular beach that has a lot of rocks and boulders and things like that. And these rocks are so massive. They create this path that goes out into the ocean, right? And I have varying degrees of children, right? With varying capabilities, and then there's me. I was with family. Littlest one went with my sister, and he just seemed to be going very easily, always holding her hand. And she seemed to be having no trouble. Of course, she has long legs, okay? And it's like these big black boulder type things that you can just walk on all the way out into the ocean. And so we're going to do this. You have my 20-year-old who is walking, and he's not, he's cautious. He's looking before each step. He's kind of but he's able to do it, and he's able to get footing. And then you have my 14-year-old who, those pictures where you see people leaping in the air and there's the ocean behind them, and there's he looked like that. All the while he had Crocs on. And I'm if he falls. And he's boing, boing, boing. And I took a video of it because I thought, this little fucker. Yes, I am way behind everybody. Would you like to know why? 1, I have short legs. 2, I was carrying shit with me like a phone and stuff. Okay, so I, to capture the moment. So it wasn't as easy. 3, there was a spot where all the rocks had collapsed. And so it was everything went down and then back up. And it was like, and I had this person beside me like, oh my God, it wasn't like this before. What happened? Oh, can we even get through here? And we're looking like, obviously some people got through here because they're, and so I am trying to scale down these things in my shortness. Holding, like, I got nowhere to stick my phone because I feel like it's going to fall out everywhere. So I stick it and I'm like trying to scale and climb, right? And it's like, there's like a rock, but it's tilted and twisted and it's right there. But I feel like if I step on it, I'm going to go, whew. Like the level of fear, like you see like my little son is the fearlessness that we experience when we just have someone there beside us. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, no problem. He went way further than me. My 20-year-old is the one who takes a moment to look and then gauges and is able to do. Like he still takes those moments of brevity. My 14-year represents the Knight of Wands, who's like, what issue? What danger? Boom! Like, no fear. None. The level of confidence, and that's what he exudes in his life, might I add. This child is almost to the point where some people would think he is cocky. He's and what happens is that level of confidence he has and knowingness within himself, he accomplishes so much shit. And me and my 20-year-old looking at you like, you can get it from me. I don't know where you got it from, but I'm like, we're a little jealous. Like and he's the epitome of being able to make something manifest because he's like, yep. And then it happens. And I'm like, right? And then you got me. Queen of Swords, very sensible, thinking, oh, if I do this, or this, I could twist a leg. If I do this, or this, I'll drop my phone. Oh, I'm very short. Let me test out that rock before I step on it. Oh, it's moving a little bit. I better go, and it slows me the fuck down. Did I get to experience things way out there? No, I did not. Did I get back up? Yes. But I sure as heck didn't go as far as them because they was already on their way back by the time I started making my way to them. And there were several times where I was like, oh, I'll just go back. I had turned back like several times, like I'm just going to go put this, my phone down. But everybody was way, way, way over there. It would have been a lot. And I was like, oh, and all I could see were how far out they were. And I'm like, I just want to get out there and enjoy it too. It was my idea. Could I just add? I was like, nope, before we leave, we're going to go out on the rocks and we're going to That sensibility slowed me down and I didn't get to experience it in its fullest glory the way that they did. Being so far out into the ocean. Mind you, seeing the sun and how it was painting the color on the waters and all kinds of stuff, I was like, in that moment, it made sense though. There were so many reasons to be very sensible, take the slower approach, be cautious, and maybe not do this. I had very legitimate, real reasons. And experiences told me that my short legs sometimes prove to be an impediment to me. Okay, I'm just going to say. Sometimes they do, especially when you're trying to scale boulders, okay? Whereas somebody can just like step onto this next rock. That's a leap for me. My sister's tall. I don't know if you all know, but like I'm 5'2" and that bitch is 5'11". Her waist, her hips come here on me. She took all the genes, all the tall genes. Okay. And it's kind of like that. Like I they brought me to that. And it's there's something about maybe the sensible approach will cause you to miss out on something. Let's figure out this. I feel like you're being chained to an old pattern. I think it's an old belief and pattern of not having success, thinking you can't do it. The past failures, because we have the death, or not death. Funny that I said that. The devil card. You're only bound by those because you choose to be. Like you can easily shake off those chains or get rid of that debris by moving down this path. It is your filter. It will cleanse you of that old energy. There's something about, sometimes you don't know you can do something until you do it, and you can't get rid of the belief, or like this is the embodiment process, right? I don't care how much we heal. Until we do, we can't integrate something at a deep cellular level. We can't change the DNA within us. We can't change our body to realize, oh, I can do this. Oh, and it changes us. It's like our coding and programming deep within us changes because we introduce something new. A new reality into our life. And then our ego goes, oh, we're not going to die. Look at that. I didn't know. I was like going off of all the other times we died or had a near-death experience. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? It's like the ego's like, oh, oops, my bad. We're good. So, because we have the Six of Wands, which is success, victory over this old pattern and loop that you've been in. Like, it'll be successful this time. It is the anxiety, anticipation, not knowing. We got the Nine of Swords with the Eight of Swords. The only way to get rid of your instinctive knee-jerk reaction to assume this, to be afraid of something, to think it'll end, like to always project a particular ending, is to do and allow the new ending to happen, is to walk this path again and let it show you and allow you to integrate at a deep level that this no longer has a hold of you. There's no level of convincing. Like, it's the idea of bringing a horse to water. You can't make them drink, right? There's no level of convincing you that this is going to be okay. You're going to have to show yourself, and Spirit is encouraging you and guiding you to do just that. And that's how you get rid of those little things. Like, that will open you up so much. That's a book. Good God. Take the opportunity. We got the Four of Swords with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups nurtures and honors her heart, and Spirit is asking you to take that opportunity, take that time. Because the Four of Swords to me is that peaceful moment, that reprieve, the recalibration, the tapping back in, right? Tapping back in, that moment, the Zen, where we follow, we choose. We find peace in following what our heart wants, following what our intuition is showing us, and making that choice to take the next step, not freezing at the Ace of Pentacles, but the doing. And walking away from all of those chains, the things that no longer fulfill us. Like, that was purposeful and intentional. That fear and working through it, and it had a purpose at one point, but it no longer serves you. It's like we're meant to use the wisdom until it becomes an inhibitor. Like, somehow, you know, we talk about knowledge being applied appropriately with discernment is what wisdom is all about. knowing when and where and how, right? And so it's like spirit is saying, that's where this whole idea notion that, yeah, like this level of discernment and sensibility bodes well. And so many times we're not going to tell you to ever necessarily get rid of it, but it is now, like, even the best of things can become an inhibitor. Certain things that propelled us or kept us on path have to fall away, because at some point it then it inhibits us, becomes an obstacle. We need to let certain ideas, notions, beliefs, remembrances go when that's the level of discernment. Now's the time to let that go. By all means, when it came up in that situation and that situation and that situation, it was accurate, it was true, and you need to listen to it. But nothing. It's like, if we're continuing to expand and grow, there comes a point where things will there's certain things that we will utilize to help us propel us in our ascension process. But then there's also certain things that while it helps us go up, it acts as an anchor as well. It's the idea of like your greatest strength can be your greatest weakness. You know, that type of thing, where it's like it can act in your favor until it no longer does. But here where I'm from, it's the notion that if it's like, when I tell people, if I call you bitch, it's a loving term of endearment until it's not. This was appropriate until it's not. This was necessary until it's not. And that's the moment that you're in right now. And it's just a matter of letting that go. Like hermit mode. It served its purpose until it doesn't. It was good for you until it's not. There's this moderation, temperance, balance that like they're showing in this 8 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 4 of Cups here, right? And it's balancing things out. It just doesn't serve you anymore. That's why it's time to even remove. It's now those remembrances that those energetical particles still within your sphere are doing a disservice now. You had to get your sea legs. You needed those to remain in your energetic sphere until they became a hindrance, right? Those were like little remembrance. Oh, like how to, like when you were learning how to maneuver and all that kind of stuff. It's like, okay. But again, they're just beating that home. Now is the time to take action. I'm shitting you not, 2 of Wands. Take action towards that desire. 2 of Wands is taking action towards the Ace of Wands. That passion. Queen of Pentacles is the energy of having everything within you to be able to do this. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles. And sometimes it can be about the stagnancy and the holding back. But the 4 of Pentacles is especially right next to the Queen of Pentacles, is having that foundation to allow something to grow. You are in the right place. Your soil is fertile to allow something to happen. 4 of Pentacles is that foundation in which and that's what they're showing me. From each pentacle, something is growing. The foundation that will bring success to this now is rooted in you. Are there any real world obstacles that will stop them that they need to be aware of? And then we will, new era elements, by the way. correlation doesn't equal causation. True. Yes. You see that? Tower moment. Oop. Okay. Oh, what is the thing sticking in my... Yeah, there's something about this. It's a major tower moment. It's fated. It's destined. It's meant to create that foundation. It's just, it has to happen. It needs to happen because it ushers in this brand new start. It is going there with the discomfort. And for once, having to put aside the sensible wisdom you've been using to navigate thus far in order to be able to just move along this path and to let go of that. Like sometimes we hold on to those things, those memories, those lessons for dear life as like a flotation device so we don't sink. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, don't ever forget that this is how, you know what I mean? And it's like so that it's almost like your safety net to make sure you don't ever make the same mistake twice, but it's holding you back now. It's holding you back. Tower with the death. It's time for rebirth. This is time to bring down the old way in which you've been doing something and step into this new life, this Ace of Pentacles. It's time to come out of that bunker. And then we have the Four of Cups. That hesitancy and resistance that we can experience even when Spirit is handing us this cup. We know, we're at that precipice of knowing that what is no longer working, not so certain about what Spirit is bringing in, and feeling like apathetic or disconnected or just wanting to disconnect and not do anything. And they're like, I just heard that's not an option. It's time to put something to rest and to move forward. Somebody's spirit team is like bucking to somebody, calling them to task. This was like one of those times where Spirit's like, look now, you will cause yourself a negative tower moment if you don't allow yourself to come out of that bunker. It's like the idea and notion that you're gonna run out of food, you're gonna run out of oxygen, you're gonna run out of this, you're gonna run out, you know what I mean? What you need is on the other side of that. What is meant for you is on the other side of it. The trajectory and path that your future is meant to go is on the other side of this. And now I'm just curious as to what it is. What is this path? What is this thing that we are so hesitant towards? What is it? I mean, I get the idea, like the overall arching energy. Is there anything more specific about this? And it's funny because I was asking, like, is there any real world obstacles? And I got to be honest with you, maybe you are anticipating the doing being a negative tower moment, which makes sense, the remnants and everything else like that. And they're like saying, so that's the reason why you're staying comfortable. But whatever you're in is dead, done, and over with anyways, to be like already. You're not going to be given much of a choice but to move forward. Eight of Swords. What is this thing? Look at this. This level of holding back and feeling trapped within your own self. See, feeling trapped within your own self. And look at how much spirit is around here. These blackbirds represent spirit, just constantly feeding you messages. The Lovers. There is a choice. And again, it is the idea and notion of don't hold back. Life is meant for you. It's okay to love your life. It's time to love your life. What did I say? There's something today about cards sticking in my hand. It is time to focus solely on what you love. Allowing love being your guide, whether it is career, where you live, who you're around, what you're doing in your day-to-day life, who you're connecting with romantically. Period, point blank. Eight of Pentacles is knowing exactly where to direct your energy and focusing on that. And love is at the precipice of it. That which is in alignment with you is what you love. And they are telling you to move forward. Is there something in the real world that these individuals are using as an anchor? Like, but this, because I feel that. I feel someone saying, yeah, but this. And so I can't do that. Like, you're using something very tangible in your real world as the anchor for your reasoning, your excuse. But again, if we're talking about sensibility in any other time, like I'd say any other time, Spirit's like, yeah, that's legit. But for some reason, this feels like Spirit's like, I know that may seem like that, but it's not really. And I'm like, okay, well, what is this thing? What is this real world anchor that they're holding on to as leverage? Like, see, I can't. Somebody's waiting for a wish to come through. Like, maybe there's something that you desire or wish, and you're like, then I'll be free to do this. And it's like you're saying you're using this thing that you've wanted and desired, Nine of Cups, that you've wished upon a star for, as a reason you can't move forward for something. Don't you love it when you ask too many questions and you're like, oh, that's a whole nother reading. Judgment. Judgment is like some level of karmic justice and rewards, like the reciprocity that you've been asking for. There may be something that you have asked for, or that you're like, something needs to be taken care of, like something you desire to be taken care of, something you've asked for or wished for, and you're like, once that happens, yeah, that's what it is. Because that's why they go, yeah, that's what it is. I'm like, okay. You've wished for something, and until that gets taken care of, or until it shows up, it's like you're using that as the green light. So you must be expecting something to happen in your life, because like I said, I feel like some real world tangible thing, and once it shows up, you're a go. Then I'll know. Then I'll feel. There must be something missing in your world that you feel like in your life that you feel like is like a necessity, and you just are not willing to follow this until that aspect gets taken care of. Hence why this keeps getting louder. Reminds me of Jumanji. I was gonna say the Jungle Book. I was like, no, Jumanji, where it's like you hear the game boom, 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 and it gets loud. Like, you cannot ignore it. So you can't ignore this. which is why it's almost hard to contain and hard to hold, because it's getting louder, but you will not follow it. You will not go there until something happens. It's like, God, it's almost like judgment on spirit. Like, I'm waiting for you to show up. I'm waiting for you to do this. Like, judgment is the final decision on a desire or a wish. You're waiting for the finality of a wish. That's what it is. You're waiting for you're waiting for it to happen. Something you've asked for, something you've desired, and you're like, this. And if you care to on this, do you want to expand on this? Like, are you saying you should follow that before this shows up? Whoever's energy I'm in, I feel like somebody's like, but I can't. I can't. I can't. Although maybe this is just again, your excuse. Like, it's like you're picking and choosing something very sensible, practical, logical to use as your excuse. But if that was removed, this energy of hesitancy would actually still be there. You'd find another reason then. But that still doesn't negate the fact that this very logical thing is a reality. So is that going to get taken care of? It almost feels like Spirit's like, yeah, but I can take care of that, but I can't take care of how they choose to maneuver this shit. The Eight of Swords. I can't do that for them. That's their part. The choosing of going this direction. And clearing away all the old. I can't do that for them. So Spirit is concerned that even if they take care of this wish, you may not do, like, something within your sphere. You may hesitate. Thank you. You may hesitate. Are you going to do your part, Spirit? Let's see if they answer me. Why does my hair look? It gets all like flat sometimes. Probably because I constantly touch it. Whatever. Are you gonna do your part, Spirit? Stuff. Okay, well, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't happen nearly that much. There's just, seriously, I'm gonna make the assumption since that's been the thing. Oh. Man. Because I thought this was you. Because I heard, are you going to do yours? Two of Wands. Two of Wands. Oh, let me show you. Sorry. Two of Wands. Are you going to do yours? And then we hear, da, 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 da. If you do your part, I'll do mine. We got the Hierophant. This is almost like Spirit making something a reality. Making it so. Manifesting it. And it's like, as a result, the Ten of Pentacles happens. And it's the feeling of you get to the Ten of Pentacles by leaving the Ten of Swords, like just surrendering and not allowing the anxiety to consume you, by embracing the Ten of Cups. It's almost like you get it all. Like, to me, when you have the Ten of Pentacles, all the other tens are encompassed within it. Which would be no more fears, no more anxieties, no more conflicting thoughts. It would be no longer bearing that burden, being like alleviating that burden, sharing in joy with those around you, And voila, because the unburdening is the 10 of Wands, by the way. So there's something about if you do your part, I'll do mine. Alrighty. Okay. So maybe just have a conversation with Spirit and be like, all right, I understand. I will do my part. I wonder if you are having conversations right now to Spirit, like, I just don't know. Like, you may be saying things right now that Spirit's like, I see you. Even if I bring this, you're still acting hesitant. You know the thing where we go, we have a wish, we put it out there, and then we keep adding things to it because we think of other things. Like, oh no, even if that comes in, I have to have this. And so like you keep tweaking it, and they're like, "Excuse-moi, are you or are you not going to do this?" Or you know how like you can think of other reasons, like, oh, even if that happens, I won't be able to do this because of this. Or it's like somehow something keeps getting tweaked. And they're like, excuse-moi. If I bring this in, I need to know that you're going to do your part. You're going to take the action to walk that path, to come out of your bunker. It's funny because maybe, you know, the thing was the unknown, and it seems like the only unknown factor is you. And that's what Spirit's bringing up. And since we were talking about, I'm feeling the energy like this week, it's almost like Spirit's like, yeah, I'm going to do my part, but are you? Are you going to hold up your end of the bargain? Are you going to be brave enough to do this? Because you know the thing that causes you to waffle, the only way to get rid of that, to clear it out of your energy field, is to do the do. Do the do. But, you know, to go and do, to take action. Funny. It is so funny. I was really thinking it was you that had some aspect that was unknown. And Spirit's like, no, I need to know. You're the unknown in the present. Well, I guess it's time for you to make a fucking decision, isn't it? We always get like the readings where it's like you're the solid one and you don't have a clue what Spirit's going to do. And Spirit, to have that flip the script, right? When Spirit shows you, there's times when things are written and things happen and they interfere, and there's times when it's completely up to us, and it's like the moment when it's like they're the solid one and you're the one that's, and they call you to task for it. How many times have we missed out on something thinking that the wishy-washiness was actually Spirit and the scenario and the situation, and it wasn't. It was us the entire time. Again, the idea and notion that we ask for something, that we wish for something, and it's like, are you ready? Will you accept it when it comes? Rote. All right. I am glad, LP. I'm grateful that it was beneficial to you. I hope it finds everybody that it's meant for. I'm now going to hop off. I hope everybody enjoys their Sunday. Soon to be Monday for some people. Yeah. Everybody have a... Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw David's... comment. But all right, hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful day, and I will see you again later this week.